as local news gets.
I'm choking back my tears. I really am.
People here in southwestern Connecticut and beyond are mourning the loss of screen legend Paul Newman. The Westport resident died in his home Friday after a long bout with cancer. Hello, I'm Charlene Allicock. Thank you for watching News 12 Connecticut. News 12 Connecticut's Nancy Barnes takes us on a journey through his career and his many philanthropic endeavors.
Electric blue eyes and movie star looks, a love of fast cars, Oscar-quality performances.
Driving us crazy and loving every minute of it.
This is what the world remembers about movie star Paul Newman.
It's when the people in the community gathered together to help the other people inside the community, which is what I mostly appreciate.
But in southwestern Connecticut, Newman made an impact as a political activist, family man, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. Far from the glitz of Hollywood, the Newmans moved their family to Westport in the early 60s, when mom and pop shops still lined Main Street.
Well, you know how it is, small town. Not much to do in the evening.
It wasn't long before they made their mark on Westport at the Westport Country Playhouse, where wife Joanne Woodward has served as artistic director for many years. But it was Paul Newman's political activism and philanthropy that had the deepest impact.
If we are to have faith and justice, we need only to believe in ourselves and act with justice.
He campaigned for Democrats and testified in Hartford about issues important to him.
That they can create something that looks like me, that talks like me, that quacks like me, that moves like me, but is not protected because it isn't me.
In the late 90s, he donated large amounts of money and time to successfully protect Easton's Trout Brook Valley.
50 years from now, when people will be living right on top of each other, this open land is going to be really valuable.
And much like the character Cool Hand Luke, he inspired others around him to rise to the occasion.
Newman's Own is prepared to pledge $500,000 over the next 5 years to help buy this land and hopefully to encourage other private interests to make a contribution.
And always with a sense of humor.
There's this booth outside and you can buy the spaghetti sauce as you leave.
Of course, he was referring to his company, Newman's Own, making everything from salad dressings to ice cream and steak sauce with a new organic line all run by his daughter, Nell. Since it was formed in 1982, Newman's Own has given more than $200 million to charity.
It's a small price to pay for beauty.
Tipping his hat to one of his most popular films, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Newman created the Hole-in-the-Wall Gang Camp for kids with cancer and serious blood diseases in 1988 in Ashford. Since then, thousands of kids have benefited from his mission. He leaves behind Habitat for Humanity homes in Bridgeport, an organic restaurant, the Dressing Room, behind the Westport Country Playhouse, millions of fans, and hundreds of thousands of grateful beneficiaries of his charitable works.
Thank you all, and thanks for coming.
Pink and pleasant, close in the dark, 'cause it's iridescent. Take it with you when you travel far.
News of the loss has hit Newman's longtime neighbors hard. News 12 Connecticut's Shauna Ryan tells us how they're all reacting.
He was some boy. He's a natural-born world shaker.
I'm choking back my tears. I really am.
It's a sad day.
The Westport community mourned the loss of screen legend Paul Newman Saturday.
A wonderful movie star, but a great man too.
The Oscar winner died surrounded by family here at his farmhouse Friday after a long bout with cancer.
They lived here 50 years. They are Westport, and I think reflect the best of what Westport has to offer.
Westport First Selectman Gordon Josoloff says Newman was an avid community member, making it a point to get to know local officials.
And he said, can we get together for coffee sometime? And I said, sure, I'd love to. He said, how about 10 minutes?
The loss is also being felt beyond southwestern Connecticut. Governor Jody Rell released a statement Saturday saying, quote, "We mourn not only the passing of a screen legend, an actor of great depth and charisma who touched generations of fans, but we have lost a true Connecticut treasure in Paul Newman. We were blessed to have him as a friend and neighbor in Connecticut for nearly half a century."
It was a real loss for Westport and the world. But we're proud of the fact that the Newmans call Westport their home.
He was the fabric of the community.
The first selectman says perhaps young people know Paul Newman best as the guy whose face was on the popcorn boxes and on the salad dressing bottles because of his charity work. But he says here in Westport, foremost, he was just a really great neighbor. In Westport, Shauna Ryan, News 12 Connecticut.
Newman is survived by his wife and 5 daughters. Stanford